Alright, fellas, it's time for the penultimate episode of Nancy Drew Season 1, The Girl in the Locket. A shocked Nancy confronts Carson about her newfound parentage. She wants to know why he kept this a secret and lied to her for all these years. Carson tells her both he and Kate feared for her safety, but Nancy doesn't want to hear it. She rushes up to her room as Carson follows, desperate to make things right. Nancy calls her mother Kate instead of Mom, breaking Carson's heart. It's clear this revelation is having an emotional impact on Nancy, and her reaction is to run away. She sneaks out of her open window as Carson opens the door to discover her empty room. Nancy ends up spending the night at Owen's, waking up next to him. He offers to take her to New York with him, and she accepts, thinking this will allow her to escape her problems. As he gets up, he notices fish hooks digging into his arm. It's a sign from the Iglesia. She's not done with him yet. Meanwhile, Nick wakes up on George's couch as her two little sisters stand over him, talking about their relationship. George enters and kicks the two out of the room, and George is the one making several quips about how Nick should start paying rent if he's going to keep crashing on her couch. Chastened, Nick goes to leave to find a new place to stay. As he and George look for his missing boot, Nick discovers that his boot is filled with salt water that turns into pebble salt when he touches it. It seems the Iglesia is getting ready to collect on that debt the Drew crew failed to pay. It's revealed that the others are experiencing supernatural disturbances as well. Victoria explains that these reportings indicate the sea spirit wants to collect on her debt. She's going after everyone who participated in the ritual. The only way to stop it and save Owen is to conduct a ritual with the person who summoned the spirit and a blood relative of that person. However, Ace knows that the ritual won't work with Carson, being he's the only one who knows about Nancy's true parentage since he was there when she received the results. Nancy goes to find Ryan, still not knowing how she's going to convince him to participate in this ritual without telling him the truth. Ryan is in his living room, with the floor covered in pages from Lucy's diary. Before Nancy can tell him why she's there, he informs her that after reading through Lucy's diary, it seems that Lucy was pregnant with his baby. Just to provide answers, he's going to a clinic located in a nearby town to search for his long-lost offspring. Nancy acts as though this is news to her. She says she'll help him with the clinic if he agrees to do her a favor, and he agrees. Bess is stressed. She's planning her Aunt Diana's birthday party, which is a huge deal and her big introduction to the Marvins. She invites Elizabeth to go as her +1, but Owen points out that Diana hates her. Elizabeth attends. It could ruin the party and Bess is standing in the family. Bess eventually finds Elizabeth to retract the invitation. Elizabeth is surprisingly understanding. She says that Bess changes her mind. She'll be ready. At the clinic, Ryan loses school with the doctor who refuses to tell him anything about Lucy because of a HIPAA privacy policy that protects the patient's health information for 50 years following their death. Ryan threats the doctor about how he's going to buy the clinic so he can find out what happened to his kid. Nancy tells him to be outside so she and the doctor can talk. Once inside, Nancy tells the doctor to collect herself and walk aside looking she's upset as if she gave her Lucy's private information. Nancy leaves the room after the doctor tells her as she's instructed, and Ryan excitedly asks what she found out. Nancy tells him that she's the long-lost offspring he has been looking for, opting to him a lie. She tells him that indeed Lucy was pregnant, but with her death day and due date being a month apart, the baby died with Lucy, and Ryan breaks at this revelation that they lost both of them that night. As they leave, Nancy directs Ryan to drive to the Marvin's party, where Drew crew earlier decided to have the ritual. She asks him if he would have been ready to have a child at 18. He says no, but also says that he would have figured out and stepped up. Ryan asks what favor this is, since Nancy still hasn't told him. Just then, Nancy gets a new disturbing omen as she sees all her hair fall out. She panics and Ryan pulls over. He demands to know what's going on. She tells him the half-truth that she needs help with the ritual to save Owen's life since they angered a sea witch. Ryan upsets Nancy when the insensitive wonders if it would simply be better to let Owen die since he hates the Marvins. Nancy snaps at him, letting out her bottle of emotions. Ryan, also angry and unable to deal with his emotions, leaves her stranded on the side of the road. Nick and George go to Carson to help with the ritual. Still knowing Carson and Nancy have had a falling out, nor that he's not her biological father. Carson agrees to help, must by Nancy since she's not answering his calls. At the party, Bess arrives in a stunning purple dress accompanied by Ace, who gives her a pep talk before she goes to meet the family. Elizabeth isn't there, and it seems best has decided to deal with that issue later. She goes to see Aunt Diana, who's actually disappointed Elizabeth isn't there as she'd hoped to use her for information. As Ryan's driving, he returns the spotting of Nancy, but she's gone. He's upset and cries. The day's revelation is catching up with him. He notices Nancy left her locket in the car. He opens it and is shocked at the baby picture of Nancy. He pulls out Lucy's yearbook, which features baby photos of Lucy's class. He compares the photo in the locket with the baby photo of Lucy, and the resemblance is uncanny. At the party, the crew starts to assemble for the ritual, but Nancy is stopped when Ryan sees her. He confronts Nancy with the pictures and is clear that Nancy is his daughter Lucy, still not realizing that Nancy already knows. She finally confirms this is true, but for either of them can fully process this, they have to complete the ritual. Carson unsuccessfully tries to talk to Nancy, but she sends him away. Nancy's friends, excluding Ace, are bewildered by Ryan's presence at the ritual. Ace starts the ritual partially so Nancy doesn't have to answer Bess's question. Ryan and Nancy grip hands over the fire as the ritual begins. She cries out in pain and answers Bess's question about why Ryan is there. The group is shocked to learn the truth. The ritual ends and it appears to have worked. As they walk away, Ryan gently asks Nancy if they can get coffee, but she's not ready. Ryan is disappointed when understands, however, he's met at Carson who tells him that Lucy's last wish was for Nancy to be protected against his family, which unfortunately included him. Carson and Nancy talk, where they're making it clear she needs space. She tells him she's going to New York with Owen to get some time alone, and he's saddened by her drive to escape him, however he accepts it. Back inside, Bess knows that George slept with Nancy's biological father. George is not thrilled with this news and she storms off. However, there's a bigger issue as the gang still are getting importance. From Victoria's information, they realize that they've been that the being they've been trying to contact is actually a ghost who was once alive, not the demon they thought. As a result, the ritual they did just didn't work. The group district tries to call Owen, but he's not picking up. They then find him dead in a bathtub. Oh no. So anyway, let's take a look at some trivia notes surrounding this episode. Excuse me. With the real Nancy being adopted, this episode is diverted from the clue of the broken locket, with both sharing the same premise. In the original script, Ryan was supposed to punch Carson for keeping the fact Nancy's his biological daughter a secret from him, but Riley didn't want that for his character. The baby used to portray young Lucy sibling Nancy Drew as a real-life daughter of Riley Smith. Huh, nice. So overall, yeah, this episode is, well, it's definitely something, so, yeah, but I kind of feel really bad for Carson, Nancy, and Ryan, so, yeah. So overall, I give The Girl in the Locket 5 Deer Stalkers out of 5. When we turn about as we talk about the final episode of the season, The Clue and the Captain's Painting. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.